Now that kids are officially back to school, it's time to put a routine back into their lives, and that starts with their sleeping schedule. Dr. Edward Salerno is a sleep specialist at Hartford Hospital, and he joins me now this morning to talk about some key tips to getting kids back to school, sleeping back to school.
Absolutely.
So what are the key things parents should be doing to make sure they're on that back to school sleeping schedule and pattern?
Well, number one, I think they should make sure that they have set routine bedtimes and wake times, making sure that the sleep environment is a sound environment to sleep in, not a lot of electronics, no TVs, no distractions for the child, so the child can sleep without having many distractions. Also, things like stimulants, caffeines, and sweets, if that kind of revs up the child before bedtime, that's probably something you want to try to stay away from.
Say a child likes a light with the TV, they fall asleep to the TV. What are some alternatives, like a night light, or what should parents be doing if that's the case with their child?
Night lights are fine to have. TVs obviously no, because that's a distraction. The child is comfortable with a teddy bear or a blanket is fine. Is something that can definitely help the child get to sleep and be more comfortable.
What about room temperature? I know that a lot of parents, sometimes they have a lot of layers, a down comforter, but what should the room temperature be getting your kid back to
Not too warm, not too hot.
Okay, just right.
Whatever is comfortable for the child is probably the best.
I also read that socks help too. Is that true, or is that just a myth?
Well, it really depends on your child. My child is kind of a hot body, so that he doesn't like to wear socks at night, but some child have cold feet, and so they tend to fall asleep better with it. So it really depends on the child at that point.
What about meals? Any foods that parents should avoid, and how far in advance should they be eating dinner before it's their bedtime?
Caffeines, anything with caffeine is probably good. Sweets, my child is particularly sensitive to sweets and sugars, and probably not to have anything a few hours before you go to bed. It's probably the best thing. Yeah, absolutely.
I had heard, I know a lot of people have warm milk to fall asleep. What if, is there any bedtime snack that could help a kid?
Milk is good because it has an amino acid called tryptophan in it that could actually promote sleep. So it's something that could help. But again, you don't want to eat anything very, that's stimulating. That milk is kind of fatty, so that will make you a little sleepy as well.
And what about getting them up?
It can always be a trouble, but again, you always want to have a set routine wake time so things don't vary by more than an hour sleep or wake. So always try to get them up at the same time. Obviously, you want to try to get them up in a gentle manner if you can, but just try to promote a good environment on sleeping and waking.
Okay, doctor, thank you so much. We really appreciate it.